Hey, how you doing, my friends? This is Solomon's Ultimate Strategies, and today I'm going to teach you a very powerful concept. It's about the most important person in this world. And what's interesting is sometimes we lose ourselves just to try to fit in. Sometimes we forget our own being, of who we really are, because we're trying to be accepted, to get accepted into society. In fact, have you ever thought, why? Why have we, as human beings, do our best to try to fit into society? Why? And it's because of one thing. Because we're looking on the exterior for something that we can only find in the interior. Today what I'm going to teach you is called the ultimate pyramid towards greatness. Because whether you believe you are or you believe you're not, like Henry Ford said, you're right. Ultimately, it depends on what you believe, how you believe, and who you believe in. That will ultimately determine your life and how you're going to carry and conduct yourself within life. What you'll say, what you'll do, right? How you respond to people, how do you react to people, how do you react to different situations. Your belief within yourself, knowing who you really are, will ultimately determine your success in life. It's amazing because I discovered this pyramid. And it was during a time when I was just totally lost. And I was lost because I couldn't find myself. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who to talk to. I was by myself. There was a time where I was in Israel by myself. I didn't have no one to talk to. I could easily talk to the Marines. I could easily talk to my detachment commander, but I just couldn't. And I discovered this pyramid of greatness. During a time of when I needed to find who I really was, to find what I wanted to do, and the people that I wanted to do it with, to discover my true identity. And this is what I discovered. The ultimate pyramid towards greatness. And as you can see, the bottom of the pyramid, it's a huge base, right? And it says spirituality. It's vitally important that you understand, that you learn the fundamental truth of who you really are. And here's two fundamental truths. Who you are is uniquely special. And then the second one is, and it comes from the Bible, says you are made in the image of God. What does that mean? It means that you have everything in your own personal power within to be, to do, to achieve anything you want to pursue in life. You see, you don't need to go out there to find friends so that you can be friendly yourself, so you can feel good. You don't need to go out there and do drugs so that you can try to find happiness by using something that would alter your personal being. Because the truth is this, the greatest source of happiness is not what you discover out there. The greatest source of happiness is what you discover in here. That, my friends, no one can ever take away from you. You see, people can take away your liberty. People can take away your freedom. People can take away your confidence. People can take away you know, whatever they want to take away. People can take away your money. People can take away your family. People can take away your life. But one thing that people can never take away is your uniqueness, identity, your connection with God. That's one thing no one can ever take away from you. And once you understand this fundamental truth, then you start building the foundation that will lead you towards the pyramid of greatness. It begins with the spirituality that lies deep within. Because your spirituality is what connects you to God. And we all know that God is three things: omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent. He's all powerful, He's all knowing, and He's everywhere. And as human beings, of course, we cannot be everywhere, right? But our spirituality can. And this is something that you just need to be open to the message that I'm sharing with you. Because if you're not open, if you're just closing yourself and don't understand it, you're just closing and you're not opening yourself, then you're going to miss the most fundamental point of life. All I ask you is just struggle for a little bit and try to understand, try to be open, try to accept. Listen to the words that I'm telling you. Because the words that I'm teaching you right now is profoundly powerful. The spirituality, once you understand that who you are is unique and who you are is an image of God, you've developed a strong baseline that no one can ever penetrate, that no one can ever destroy. And then once you develop that baseline, that foundation, then you can start building these other piers. But I cannot overemphasize the importance of understanding that you are the image of God. And what does that mean? It means you're powerful beyond your total imagination. That's powerful right there. Knowing that you're an image of God, it means that you are powerful beyond your own imagination. So if you just imagine that you're powerful just this much, then guess what? You're going to be that much powerful. But if you can imagine that you're powerful like a Napoleon Hill or like a president of the United States or whatever what power means to you, then that's how powerful you can really become. If you stick to it. And if you follow these different peers, right? Being in the image of God makes you powerful.
Abba,
yes?
You're too loud. I can hear you.
Can you please close the door?
I did.
Okay, I will. Okay?
Yeah, but Ema, could I take a drink of water?
So being in the image of God also means that you don't need anything. That everything that you need, want, or desire, and it's strange what I'm about to tell you, but it's so profound and it's so powerful. This is something that you just gotta be open. And unfortunately, someone who told me this was someone who was an elderly person, a great friend of mine. And he taught me this. He says the most valuable. What are you doing?
That's true.
You see? And he told me this. And he said, listen, the thing Being in the image of God means that you have everything. You see, why people are struggling for money is because they believe they don't have money, or they can't. They don't have a way to find how to make money. Why people are struggling with confidence is because they think that their own individuality is not worth being confident, right? So they put themselves down, make other people feel better because they think that's how it's supposed to be. You see, but being in the image of God means that you're better than who you think you are. No matter how good you are, you are greater. And no matter how great you think you are, you're even better than that. Understand this fundamental concept because it's the baseline. It's your foundation of what makes you exceptionally special.
That's true.
That's it, okay? That's it. You can go upstairs. And it's vitally important. It's like growing a child. I teach my daughter that she one day will rule the world. Because she's confident, because she's beautiful, she's talented, she's a leader, she's a born leader.
That's me.
And that's my daughter. And I teach her that because I want her to believe in that. And she knows that. And she knows that money is not an issue. She knows that confidence is not an issue. It's only an issue when you believe it becomes an issue. Only when you believe it becomes an issue. See, we're connected to the infinite source of power. We're connected to the infinite source of intelligence. We are connected to the infinite source of wisdom, of love, of contribution, of health. Once you're able to understand this fundamental concept, I'm telling you right now, your whole entire life will be different. You will have a tremendous impact in your life. But you have to understand that who you are matters, but not only that who you are matters, but also, most importantly, that you have everything you need. It's all in here. You see, Roger Bannister, he broke the 4-minute mile barrier. Why? Because he broke it up here. It wasn't his body that allowed him to break the 4-minute mile. It was his imagination that caused him to believe that he can do it. Einstein discovered the theory of relativity. How? The theory of relativity, no one in their right mind can discover a concept like E equals mc squared or the theory of relativity. There's no way. And Einstein, the way he did it was he used his imagination. Your imagination is your connection to your spirituality. Your spirituality is your hookup, is your connection towards God, towards the infinite source of love, of intelligence, of wisdom, of abundance. See, money is not what makes you feel abundance. You is what make you feel abundant. Understand this. Okay? So the fundamental baseline is spirituality. Learn the truth. Who you are is uniquely special. Remember, you're an image of God. You don't need anything. You have everything. And everything is within here. It's in with here. Okay? The next one. Innate God-given talents. Focus on what you want on mind, right? Once you understand the fundamental truth of your own spirituality, now you can utilize your mind. Because you can utilize your mind to a point of just imagining things that you want, or just imagining things that makes you believe that you can achieve. Makes you believe that you can become, makes you believe that you can do. And once you're able to change the thoughts in your mind, right, you'll be able to change and create an outer experience of life, right? So it begins, and then you're able to utilize your God-innate talents. You see, the purpose of life is to understand that you are made in the image of God, but also, most important, is to understand that you have God-given talents that only you know. Only you know what these God-given talents are, right? And only you can utilize them. Just think about this. Warren Buffett's God-given talents is his ability to use the stock market and make a lot of money for himself and a lot of people in the stock market. Bill Gates, he utilized his God-given talents, right, to discover Microsoft. Well, actually, he bought it, whatever the situation may be, he utilized it to expand, to build Microsoft, right? Zuckerberg, Facebook. Just imagine Warren Buffett going to the Marine Corps. You think Warren Buffett will be able to utilize his God-given talents in the Marine Corps? How about Bill Gates? You think if he continued his education in Harvard, right? Harvard College or Harvard University, that he'll be Bill Gates today? You see, you go where your talents are appreciated, because that's when you're going to flourish. You go where your God-given talents, and only you know what they are, you go where they're appreciated, because then you will be appreciated. And what's important is that it's vitally important, and I realize this. The Marine Corps has taught me so much about who I really was, or who I really am. But the Marine Corps has also taught me so much of who I'm really not. And what I realize is I love contributing and contributing to so many people. And that's one of the reasons why I joined the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps does great things for great people, right? But then what I realize is that I want to control the amount of contribution that I can give to not only to my society, but to the world. And I want to have control, and I want to have that own freedom. And that's one of the reasons why I got out of the Marine Corps, because of that simple fact. Go where your talents are appreciated, because then you will be appreciated. Utilize your God-given talents, and only you know who it was. The third one, your health. It's vitally important, right? Because it all affects, everything affects everything. Nothing goes without, you need everything. All this stuff affects each other, right? But they build on each other, right? If you love doing what you love, utilizing your God-given talents because it's so natural for you, guess what? That creates healthy thoughts because you're doing something that you love to do. And eventually, and ultimately affects, have a positive effect and impact in your body. How many people do you know are not utilizing their God-given talents, and they're doing something that they hate to do, and they're doing just because of money, but they hate it? Regardless of how much money they're making in that particular job, they're miserable. And as a result, it's affecting and impacting their health. How many people do you know like that? I know so many. And that one person could be you. Is it? Well, only you can determine. Only you can answer that. So your health is vitally important. Eat healthy foods, and the Psalms Ultimate Strategies, what I'm going to teach you, I'm going to teach you some powerful concepts on how to eat healthy, the different types of food, eat only live, green foods, right, or colorful foods. Stay away from the dead foods like cereal or, anything that's live. That's what you want to eat, especially specifically the greens, right? Nutrition is vitally important. Nutrition, exercising every day. I make it a must to exercise on a daily basis. Either building my body, either getting some cardio in, but I must exercise. Breathing, right? That's why I always emphasize the importance of yoga, because yoga focuses on breathing, deep breaths. And breathing is a life source. It's like water to the plant. Breathing is like energy to the mind, the body, and soul, right? So breathing, take deep breaths constantly, right? And ultimately that affects your mind, ultimately that affects your body, and then ultimately that affects your entire being, right? So that you can pursue, do, and be the person that you always wanted. The next layer, which is vitally important, is contribution. Contribution is nothing but taking action. Taking action, right, on strategies and systems, right? Taking action on your innate God-given talents, utilizing God-given talents to contribute, contribute, right? So you can have an impact. My friends, that's so powerful, right? You want to use your God-given talents so you can contribute, so you can have an impact in people's lives around the world, or even people in your community. Whatever the case may be, contribution is a human need. And I talk about one of the 6 human needs. Contribution is a human need that we must fulfill. If we're not contributing, we're feeling empty. But when we do contribute, we feel fulfilled. I remember when I was in London, I received a Military Outstanding Volunteer Medal. And basically it was because I contributed over 500 hours of community service. Helping out the sick, helping out the homeless, feeding the homeless, helping out handicapped kids. It was just a phenomenal experience, man. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, you know, teaching them, running with them. And it was just a phenomenal, phenomenal experience. That's the best medal that I have, that I received from the Marine Corps, because I know that I contributed and I worked so hard making an impact in people's lives. My friend, what are you contributing to life? Are you contributing to life? And if so, what are you doing? You know, that's vitally important, because that will impact the quality of your life. And finally, my friends, once you're able to build one layer after another, you have now control over your destiny. You see, it begins with your spirituality, right? Once you understand the truth that you're made in the image of God and you really don't need anything because you have everything you need. The greatest source of happiness is the source of happiness you find within. The wealth is found within. Intelligence is found within. If you seek within, you will find throughout. I mean, that's the most powerful statement that I can ever give you. But the baseline begins with the spirituality. Then spirituality will teach you, it'll show you, it'll make you realize that you have and appreciate that you have some God-given talents for you to implement and use it so that you can contribute, right? But then also, meanwhile, because you're using your God-given talents, it will make you create healthy thoughts because you love doing what you're doing. And it becomes a joy. It becomes a positive emotion. It becomes a positive feeling. And you just love doing what you're doing because your natural God-given talents are natural. So powerful, so profound, so precious, right? And then you utilize it when you're building your health, right? You're getting stronger mentally and emotionally, and then you're able to utilize your full emotion, your full attention to contributing to society, right? And that's either by making it, having your own business, or that's even by community service, or whatever the case may be. Utilize your God-given talents to contribute to your health, to contribute to society, ultimately to contribute to creating the destiny of your choice. My friends, this is the ultimate pyramid towards greatness. Because once you understand these different pillars that builds this pyramid, then you have ultimately created an ultimate life of fulfillment, of love, of contribution, of happiness. And that's where you want to be at. There's no greater place to be at than to understand that who you are really matters, and to understand that you're really not missing anything, because everything you need, everything you want, everything you desire is all within yourself. My friends, this is Solomon at Solomon's Ultimate Strategies. And I share this message today with you because I want you to know that who you are, that you are better than what you think you are. Being in the image of God is no light material. It's not something to take lightly. It's something to think about. It's something to feel about. It's something to understand and to comprehend. Because once you're able to develop that fundamental foundation, you'll be able to create a life of your ultimate destiny. My friends, I task you today to understand, click on the link below. Join my free newsletters, right? And then if you want to start your own business, join it, right? And then join my business, click on the link below, join my business, all right? And my assistant will contact you. And then she'll make an appointment with me. And I will teach you specifically the strategies, the marketing strategies that I use, right? So that that I use, but also that's tailored specifically for you so that you can be successful and make money in any endeavor that you pursue. And it could be the endeavor of utilizing your God-given talents. And ultimately, that's what I'm seeking. That's what I want to do. That's my mission. To help you find who you really are. To help you utilize your God-given talents. To make all the money in the world, right? It's not really the money. It's fun to know that you can make money, right? It's fun. It becomes fun. You know, once you understand that skill, it's just fun. And no one can ever take that away from you. And that's what I do. And I would love to share my knowledge with you. And until next time, my friends, take care. Remember, who you are is unique. And until next time, take care.